In tonight's sleep story, you will journey to a cozy cottage beside the sea on a warm summer night where lanterns glow along sandy paths and distant fireworks bloom softly above the ocean like floating flowers of light. As waves roll gently onto the shore and the summer night settles peacefully around you, this calming sleep story invites you to relax, let go of the day, and drift into restful sleep beneath the colorful, moonlit sky. You are listening to fireworks above the sea. Welcome to the Whispering Willow. I'm Diana, and tonight you are invited to a quiet cottage beside the sea, where lanterns glow softly along weathered wooden paths. Salt air drifts through open windows, and far out across the darkening shoreline, fireworks bloom gently above the water like floating flowers of light. This is not a night of crowds or noise, but a peaceful summer evening by the ocean, where the celebration is distant and dreamlike, softened by waves, moonlight, and the steady comfort of the sea. So settle in now. Allow your breathing to slow, and with each easy exhale, feel the day gradually slipping away as you let go and relax. There is nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to do. All that matters is this quiet shoreline, this warm summer night, and the gentle rhythm of the tide. And when you're ready, we'll begin the story. You arrive just before sunset. The small beach cottage waits at the end of a winding, sandy path bordered by sea grass and tiny white wildflowers swaying in the breeze. Its windows glow warmly in the fading light. A lantern hangs beside the front door, casting soft golden circles across the weathered porch boards and large pots of summer flowers. You pause for a moment before stepping inside, breathing in the scent of salt air, warm cedar wood, and the faint sweetness of sunscreen and summer flowers still lingering from the day. The ocean stretches endlessly ahead, silver blue beneath the early evening sky. Far down the shoreline, you can already see tiny lights beginning to appear where families gather quietly near the water. Blankets spread across the sand, lanterns glowing beside driftwood logs. Children wrapped sleepily in oversized sweatshirts, their anticipation palpable. Everything feels calm here, softened, unhurried. Inside the cottage, the rooms are small and welcoming. White curtains drift slowly near open windows. A knitted throw rests across the arm of a deep linen chair. A pitcher of lemonade sits on the kitchen counter beside sliced peaches and fresh mint leaves float gently in the glass. A tiny ceramic bowl near the sink holds smooth pieces of sea glass, pale blue, soft green, cloudy white, their edges rounded gently by years beneath the tide. Near the windows, a collection of worn books rests in uneven stacks beside a softly glowing lamp. The air smells faintly of cedar wood, salt air, and something warm baking earlier in the day. You move through the cottage slowly, noticing the peacefulness of everything around you. The steady creak of old wood beneath your feet, the distant cry of gulls fading with the daylight, the slow turning blades of a ceiling fan overhead, a wind chime outside stirring softly in the evening breeze, the quiet tap of curtain rings brushing against the rod as the fabric shifts gently beside the windows, and beyond it all, the sea. Always the sea, steady and endless. Its rhythm seems to fill every room of the cottage, softening the silence, settling into the walls like a familiar lullaby carried ashore night after night. Even here, inside the warm glow of the cottage, you can feel the calm presence of the water waiting just beyond the dunes. You carry a blanket outside to the porch, settling into a wide wicker chair facing the shoreline, with large pillows cushioning its back. The sky deepens gradually into shades of lavender, rose, and dusky blue. One by one, more small lanterns begin glowing along the beach path below. And somewhere in the distance, someone laughs softly, then quiet again. The kind of quiet that belongs only to warm summer evenings near the ocean. As darkness slowly gathers, you decide to walk down toward the water. The sand is still warm beneath your feet from the heat of the day. Tiny waves glide gently across the shoreline, retreating again with soft whispers of breath. The air has cooled now, comfortable and soft against your skin. You walk slowly past cottages with glowing windows and porches lit by strings of tiny amber lights. Someone nearby plays quiet music, low enough that it blends with the sound of the ocean. The entire shoreline feels wrapped in peaceful anticipation. Not excitement exactly, something gentler, more settled. Like everyone understands that this evening is less about spectacle and more about being together beneath the same summer sky, experiencing the type of summer joy that unites us all. You find a quiet spot near the dunes where a weathered driftwood bench faces the water. A small lantern flickers beside it. You settle there, comfortably beneath your blanket, watching the horizon grow darker and darker. Above you, the stars begin appearing one by one, and then, far out over the ocean, the first burst of color rises slowly into the sky. A soft golden trail climbs upward before unfolding silently in the distance like a flower opening in moonlight, gold drifting gently into silver, its reflection trembling across the water below. Everyone on the shoreline is silent, waiting in awestruck anticipation for the next. And then it comes. This one pale blue, like scattered pieces of twilight dissolving into the night. The fireworks do not feel loud or startling. They are softened by the ocean and by distance. They arrive slowly, one bloom at a time, like floating lanterns carried upward into the sky. You watch them peacefully, silently, just like everyone else. White sparks unfolding like dandelion seeds in the wind. Silver arcs drifting softly downward like falling stars. Rose-colored light shimmering briefly across the waves before disappearing once more into darkness. Between each one, there is stillness, and in those quiet pauses, you hear the tide rolling steadily ashore. You hear the sea grass moving in the breeze. You hear your own breathing slowing gently, matching the rhythm of the ocean. The night deepens. The fireworks continue, never hurried, never overwhelming. One rises like a glowing pearl into the darkness, then opens into soft rings of silver that ripple across the sky. Another blooms in warm gold, its light reflecting across the water like candlelight drifting over glass. Some shimmer briefly like fireflies suspended above the sea. Others fade so slowly they seem almost to dissolve into the stars themselves. You begin to notice how peaceful the entire shoreline has become. Conversations are quiet. Children fall asleep beneath blankets in their parents' arms. Lanterns flicker low beside folding chairs. The ocean keeps breathing steadily against the shore, and overhead, the fireworks feel less like celebration now and more like dreams unfolding slowly across the night sky. Surreal and gentle. Soft flowers opening and then disappearing. Silver fountains cascading gently into darkness. Soft blue light blooming like moonlit waves. Each one beautiful because it lasts only a moment. And somehow that comforts you tonight. You realize there is nothing to hold on to here, nothing to chase, nothing that needs to remain forever. The fireworks rise, shine softly for a moment, then drift away again, just like thoughts and worries, just like long, difficult days that gently pass into memory. The sea does not cling to the fireworks after they fade. It simply continues moving gently beneath the sky. And perhaps you can do the same, allowing things to come and go softly without needing to carry them any longer. A final cluster of silver light unfolds far above the water, lingering like tiny stars suspended in the darkness, then fading slowly, one by one. The crowd along the shoreline begins drifting quietly home. Lanterns disappear into the dunes. Footsteps soften along sandy paths, and gradually the beach grows still once more. You rise slowly from the driftwood bench, wrapping the blanket closer around your shoulders. The path back to the cottage glows softly beneath tiny lantern lights swaying in the breeze. The night air smells of salt, cool sand, and distant cedar smoke from extinguished beach fires. Above the ocean, a silver crescent moon now hangs peacefully over the water. Only occasionally, far beyond the shoreline, one final firework appears in the distance, a faint bloom of gold, a quiet shimmer of blue, then darkness again. The celebration is ending now. Yet the quiet afterglow feels even more peaceful than the fireworks themselves. You return to the cottage porch and take a seat on the wicker chair. The sea stretches endlessly before you, dark and silver beneath the moonlight. The waves move slowly and rhythmically, arriving again and again without effort. You breathe in deeply, cool ocean air filling your lungs. Then exhale slowly, releasing the last of the day. You tuck your feet beneath you, snuggle into your blanket, and watch as the beach becomes empty once again. Parents carrying sleepy children back to their beds for the night. Lanterns sway gently beside quiet wooden paths leading back through the dunes. The last soft conversations drift away into the darkness until the only sound remaining is the steady tide. Far down the shoreline, a single porch light glows warmly against the night. Somewhere nearby, wind chimes stir softly in the breeze before falling still once more. The entire coast seems to settle into rest around you now, as though the sea itself is slowly drifting towards sleep beneath the stars. Inside, the cottage glows warmly in the soft amber light of bedside lamps. You close the windows part way, just enough to still hear the waves outside. The curtains continue drifting gently in the breeze. You wash away the salt air from your hands, change into cozy pajamas, and settle beneath cool linen sheets. The room feels perfectly peaceful, safe, quiet, sleepy in the way only beach cottages can feel after long summer evenings by the sea. Now you lie comfortably beneath the blankets, listening to the ocean beyond the windows, feeling the blissful tired of a day spent at the beach, in the sun and water. The waves roll slowly toward shore, then drift gently away again, steady, endless. Occasionally, very far away now, a final firework blooms faintly above the horizon, soft enough that it feels almost like part of a dream already beginning. A quiet silver flower opening in the darkness, then fading gently back into the stars. Your breathing slows even more. The cottage settles softly around you. Wood creaks quietly in the cooling night air, and curtains whisper against the windows. The ceiling fan turns slowly overhead. Everything feels calm, held, peaceful. And as you rest here beside the sea, you begin letting go of the day completely now, even the night, allowing thoughts to drift past like fireworks dissolving softly into the night sky. No need to follow them. No need to hold on to them. Only watching them appear, then fade peacefully away, until at last there is only stillness, only moonlight across the water and the sand, only the steady rhythm of the waves and the comforting quiet of this little cottage beside the sea, holding you gently as you drift deeper and deeper into rest.